complete.
There's an evolutionary change inside of humans when they invented weapons like this. Like if we have a evolutionary advantage in like processing
Challenge
where
complete.
things are gonna go. Because there's actually a long history of people using slings to attack things, because it has about the same amount of force as a actual gun.
5,
Like when people
4,
use slings,
3,
they could be about
2,
as accurate as like
1,
someone with
go!
a gun, which is really interesting. And there was a lot of issue with that when the Palestinians were attacking the Israelis, and because they were using slings to attack them, so they would be like throwing rocks at them, and a lot of the media was like, "What are you doing?" Like being like somewhat brutal with these people because they're only using slings. But the amount of force that if it hits you in the head is like about as much as like I forgot the caliber of gun, but it's a high caliber gun. I think it was like a 50 cal. I don't know exactly how good of a
Time is running out.
how good of a
Base
like
complete.
throw you have to be in order to do that. But
5, 4, 3, 2,
Twitter thing
1,
taken
go!
over by Elon Musk. Now it's going to be a platform that's free. Finally, have a world without like complete total censorship of everything. So there's gonna be somewhere I can look at my conspiracy theories if I want. Hopefully that's allowed. I don't know if I'm gonna try to get this information, but every time like I'm interested in something,
Base
like
complete.
when I was in high school, I'm like, oh, I wonder about space travel or like human modification, and then it's like, oh, Elon Musk has this company he's going to start that he's gotten all of the patents for.
5, 4,
For like
3,
a mesh in the
2,
brain that can
1,
improve
go!
function that they've done with rats. There's been a couple of other really interesting things with brain-computer interfaces. Like the most recent one that I found interesting that wasn't the Neuralink one is this one that goes through your vein into your brain, and it creates like this little like sensors that can go onto each little bit of your brain. The reason why that's interesting is because the one that
5,
Elon Musk is
4,
doing
3,
doesn't
2,
have the capacity
1,
to go deep
go!
into the brain. Like, I guess more of the surface level. But the one that I was looking at a little bit ago was actually one that could go deep into your brain and use to like actually like get like deeper parts, like your more primal desire. I don't know exactly where the pleasure centers of your brain are, but I think you probably could get those stimulated pretty easily there. So you would have like the perfect drug, and you could get to
Base
the feel around
complete.
and stimulate it. Be like, oh, I'm gonna trip on some electrodes in my brain, which would be pretty interesting.
5, 4,
Some people
3,
are super freaked out
2,
about that though.
1, go!
I'm both like terrified and excited because there's like both the mixture of the most terrifying things that are possible with it, and the most exciting things possible. Like the uttermost like pleasure you could ever feel would be possible, and the like uttermost terror and like stress
Base
you could ever feel
complete.
would be capable with it. But it's kind of interesting because you can do anything with that. Like you could be like
5,
a super
4,
genius god
3,
from like
2,
somebody
1,
who's just like
go!
completely stupid. So, and I am very interested in that because I'm a little bit stupid too. So maybe a little bit more than just a little bit. That's alright. I wonder how much you can actually improve your brain, and how much you can like expand your consciousness. how much of it, what it would feel like, because to some extent, I'd imagine you can replicate
Challenge complete.
computers. But I wonder if you had your brain kind of expanded into a computer network, if there would be an expansion of
5,
consciousness,
4,
or there would be like
3,
a
2,
collective
1, go!
consciousness. You would only feel like one part of it, or for the you that is like mostly the one that interacts with thinking about it. One interesting thing that I found out about when I was looking into like brain stuff is that when they had people with like brains that were split into different parts, and they had like each part was like unable to communicate with the others, each side actually had its own personality. So you had like the left part, they like had more tendencies towards one thing, the right part would have more tendencies towards another, and have different capabilities. But like each side almost like it had its own like level of consciousness.
Time is running out.
But the thing is that because of that,
Phase complete.
that would mean that you that like each part of you is a different person almost, and then you just like combined them. But the thing is that
5,
if you like
4,
had an
3,
electronic
2,
connection
1,
between everybody's
go!
brain, you could like create like a hive mind of like superhuman abilities, kind of like the hive mind of your own brain, with different parts, and you would have like an increase of like capacity in general. So. But one thing that's interesting about this game is that you can actually code things. I haven't really explored it very much, but most of it is just like passwords, set this to that.
5,
that kind
4,
of stuff.
3,
But it's kind of interesting
2,
because it does
1,
seem like
go!
it's mostly developed by software engineers. But another thing I found interesting was with the recent development of the Facebook's Reality Labs wristband that is able to like detect the electrical impulses in your hand and predict what it will look
5,
like.
4,
Is that you could technically
3, 2,
bridge the gap.
1, go!
Like people who need prosthetics but can't really use their arm, you could use that on like a higher up part of their arm, and then you could replicate the ability of that hand and simulate it inside of a computer, and then you could like pretty much like create a perfect prosthetic that was controlled the same way that like most prosthetics are used. Because right now we don't really have prosthetics that are used in that capacity. Like right now, prosthetics are pretty much like use like muscle twitches in the upper arm. So you don't really have like the ability to like do it like you like your brain was designed for.
5,
for
4, 3,
but
2, 1, go!
Which is pretty interesting. And one of the other things that would be interesting is if you can use those impulses that, like, if you have more and more impulses that you can use to like control one arm. I wonder if you could use it for like other things, just because there might be a way to adapt the user interface.
Phase complete.
Like right now, like a lot of software, a lot of video games use your fingers to control like a person on the screen.
1, go!
Because your hands have like a lot of brain activity in them. So controllers, like if you look at your brain from the idea that like the amount of area that your body uses for each part, like you would have like really big thumbs because your brain uses a lot of processing power to use the thumbs. You have like really like big hands, and then like your body would be relatively smaller in comparison. Your arms would be much bigger than your legs, and like just out of the just the sheer processing power that each activity takes.
Complete.
which is kind of interesting because you're like just because your hands are so big and it has so much processing power, you can put a lot of information out of them because of how much
Challenge
processing
complete.
power you can get out of the hands. And I'd wonder if you were able to use that, like your impulses, to like use some other like electronic device. If you could
5, 4,
use
3, 2,
how much
1,
bandwidth you
go.
get out of it. Especially if you could like get like a AI that would be able to like figure out what your intentions are behind a certain action, like kind of like when you're writing something down and you're like horrible at spelling like I am. You can use the like pretty much a computer that is able to like bridge the gap between your mind capacity for spelling and the like your incapacity for spelling, and be able to assume what you're trying to do and like have that intelligence that you lack be made up for by the computer. And I would imagine that certain intentions could be read by a computer, and you could kind of like refine your ability to act. Like if you're walking and you're like, it detects, hey, this person's about to trip. We're gonna make a maneuver that will make them not trip.
4, 3,
or if you're shooting a
2,
basketball and you're
1, go.
Like this person is looking at this, and I can see the desire to shoot the hoop into this area. So we're going to make it so that he makes the hoop every single time, and allow him to have the capacity to like shoot hoops perfectly every single time. So you could have like a brain that was like the gap between what you're intending to do and what you
Phase
actually do would be totally like refined to a point. Like my eyes looking at something could be read in by like the back of my brain, and the point at which like I was
5,
looking at it and
4,
the
3,
intention behind
2,
that, my eyes
1,
pointing in a certain
go.
direction, could be read by like a computer, and then they could direct my arms and my hands and like check where they're all at, and with like some sort of implant that shows where exactly my hands and my eyes are at, and see like how well I'm doing it, and then perfect that. So,
5, 4,
and then you would
3,
be able to do pretty much
2,
anything. Like you could
1,
do parkour.
go.
Okay, I see that he's trying to land here. We're gonna do a little simulation of how that's gonna work out for him, and make sure that he doesn't just biff it. And that would allow you to like pretty much be like superhuman in every way. Kind of like how I can spell everything ever, and have a dictionary of everything ever, just because I have a computer that has all of that information, and all of the intention behind what I'm saying accurately stored in it. The only issue is that I have to find that information. So the issue is the bandwidth and the ability for it to read in the intention just through your hands.
5,
You're pretty much
4,
limited
3,
to just your hands or
2,
your mouth if you're
1,
talking
go.
about it. But if you had like a better connection to your brain and the intentions you have behind it, then you would actually be able to like better like enhance humans in general.
Phase complete.
With Neuralink is to directly read the intentions and enhance people, which could also be used
5, 4,
for bad
3,
too.
2, 1,
it's also possible
go.
that enhancement brain capacity could also help them like better read what bad intentions are about to happen, kind of like how the access to information has also allowed for the exposing of nefarious actions. As long as there's like an open a freedom to think whatever you want to think.